Let's talk about sex. Let me tell you a story. When I was 15 years old, I was sent to California to try to figure out what's wrong with me, right? I was wild. I was the lost child. I was the one that didn't want to listen. I was the one that broke all the rules. I was the one that I didn't understand why I was here, because here didn't feel right for where I should be, if that makes sense. So I go to California. I signed with a modeling agency. I had to take new Z card photos at the time. That's what they send out to all the people. And that was my first crazy experience in the sexual world, even though nothing happened. I was in one of the bathrooms in the agency, and one of the agents came in, and I was 15 years old, basically started unzipping his pants and making a move towards me, like a gesture towards me. But I was so naive and I was scared that I just went into a little ball on the ground and just put my head down and just froze and didn't move. You don't know, and I don't know. I didn't know what I was going to do there. He said he was never going to book me again, blah, blah, whatever. I come back home to Florida. I say I never want to live in California. California's crazy, scary, all the things. Fast forward 2 years, we moved to California at 17. My parents say you can either go to college or get a job. Those are your options, but you can't just live in the house for free. So I hate California. I hate the environment. I hate everything about it. And I just decide to be reckless and throw caution to the wind. And I think subconsciously I was screaming for help, but I didn't know that at the time. And so the LA Times was at the house, and I was just going through the papers, and there was a little black and white ad that said modeling $1,000 a day, Van Nuys, California. And I called the number, and I went and met with Jim South, who in hindsight was probably the kindest and wisest and looking out for me when it came to agents in the adult industry. I would say he was the best one. And he begged and begged and begged me to never do hardcore moves, never do boy girl, never do girl girl, just stick to the magazines. You're so pretty, you're so wholesome looking, natural big boobs, all that stuff, right? But what happens when you're in the devil's house? You're never satisfied. You have to keep knocking on doors. You got to keep taking the promises, keep opening and seeing how far deeper you're going to go. And one thing led to another, and here we are 20 years later on the back end of it. So I would say when you're going to look for a job, have intention. Understand that what you're feeling in that very moment, or what you're needing in that very moment, depending on how you play your cards, can outlive you and your children, etc. And the bill does come due, and you will have to pay your bill in some. And I paid many bills over with my sanity, with my body, with my marriage, with my family, with opportunities. I've lost many opportunities for moral compass. And I think I'm just going to leave you with that for now.